behind the scenes. They copy values in. They don't keep pointers to the execution context in which they were defined. So things are effectively final when you jump into your Lambda. So that's kind of the biggest difference between a closure and a Lambda. Is closure is a little bit more dynamic. Okay, how many people here have done anonymous interclasses before? How many people are comfortable with anonymous interclasses? And the hands go down, yes. This is something that in Java, you don't have to use them. And I suspect that Lambdas will actually make it much more appealing to use something like an anonymous interclass. But anonymous interclasses are really, really ugly. I'm going to go through a couple examples using them to start with, and then move into Lambdas from there, just so you can see how they actually work. So first thing I want to talk about is the idea of the observer pattern. An observer takes an observable object, which is something that you care about, something that you want to find out when something happens. How's that for nice and vague? And you have an observer which will be notified when that something interesting happens. Then make it a little more concrete. Maybe this guy here is a button. When the button is pressed, I want to know it was pressed. So I can attach an observer to it and be notified when the button's been pressed. We do that by calling an add method to add it, or a remove method to remove it. And then whenever the observer wants to actually notify people, it just walks through the list of everybody that was added. Okay, pretty simple interaction there, but it's very nice and effective because it separates out this guy from this guy over here. Now, observer is a form of the strategy pattern. Strategy pattern is really generic. It basically says, hey, I've got an object here, and he's going to do some stuff. Maybe part of that stuff I want to vary.